Hey there, everybody. Meteorologist Snow Bergen here. It's just around 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the 9th of September, here in the evening, and we're tracking some big rain and big storms across Central Florida. I wanted to bring you a little bit of a live update here over the next couple of minutes because we've got some pretty active conditions here across the state, with even a couple of storms that are rotating out there on this Tuesday evening. So let me pull this up on my phone so I can see your comments and share this on my Facebook page. We're on YouTube and Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're doing good. I want to pull this up here so I can hear you. Hello, everybody. Hey, Facebook friends, and on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Hope you are doing good. All right, so here's the radar right now. It's 4:35. We've got a lot of rain building across Central Florida, and I'll let you see the loop. And all this rain just kind of sitting and reforming across this area, and it's pouring across big parts of Central Florida right now. Now around Orlando, just got some heavy rain, but we do have a series of flood alerts that have been issued. So let me bring you those. So the first thing is we've got a flash flood warning that's been issued for Orange County that goes till 5:45, and that's for around Azalea Park and Union Park. So there's a flash flood warning there till 5:45, and the reason for that is because we've had a lot of rain that's fallen in the last couple of hours, and this is really just in the past 3 hours. Right off of Curry Ford Road, we've got some reports of flooding. You can see the rain here. 3 inches of rain in the last 3 hours. Azalea Park, 2 to 3 off El Prado, South Dean Road, 3 to 4 inches of rain. We've also got a flood advisory issued down by the airport in Pine Castle. This flood advisory goes till 5 p.m. And the rain here has been really significant over the last little while. You see right here, just to the west of the airport, there's been over 5 inches of rain already, just in the past 3 hours. Right off of Lee Vista Road, almost 4 inches of rain. We're seeing over 4 there, right at the airport. We're seeing now almost 3. So some significant rain and a little bit of flooding is happening. We've got reports of standing water and water impacting travelers in cars from Azalea Park to the airport. So please take note of that. So here's the rain over the last 3 hours, and you can see it's really starting to stack up in spots, but this is going to continue to fill in here over the next few hours. So right around Sanford, Lake Mary, we've got a pretty consistent downpour. It wouldn't shock me if we get some flash flood alerts here for the Lake Mary and Heathrow area in the next, let's say, hour or so. Let me show you the rainfall right there, and it's really starting to stack up in the last hour or so. Right over Fox 35 and in Lake Mary, we're seeing rain now that's quickly over 1.5 inches. Wouldn't shock me if we get 4, 5, 6 inches of rain right by Lake Mary and Wekiva Springs here in the next little while. Let me show you the Lake Mary tower camera because it is just pouring to beat the band right now. And we have got actually some rotation in a thunderstorm on the Space Coast, which I'm going to bring that to you in a second. But here's the tower camera. I mean, you can't even see anything. It's raining so hard. Going to be a very slow evening commute for many people here around Central Florida. So I'm on YouTube and on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Really appreciate you watching on here. If you have a question, a comment, concern, please put it in the feed and I will get to it. Let me pull this up on my Facebook. Hello, everybody who's on here watching. If you have a comment, a question about the weather, please put it in here on Facebook and on YouTube. I've got your comments pulled up. So this is going to go from now through about 8 o'clock. We're going to have downpours, some flash flooding, and the potential for a brief tornado or two. We talked about this last night, and it's coming true right now. You can see it's just pouring right now in Lake Mary with a tremendous amount of lightning that's forming. Back over here around the Villages in Bellevue, we've also got some flood alerts here. Got flood advisories till 6:30 for the area south of Ocala. Also a flood advisory till 5:45 for eastern Marion County. Now further to the east, I'm watching these storms over here because we had an EF0 tornado over the weekend in Brevard County, and it would not surprise me if we have another one this evening, another tornado being. So the Weather Service issued, you might have heard Chris Lindsay's story last night, a special weather statement over the weekend. That's what we have in effect now. It goes till 5 p.m. for northern Brevard County. And the reason why is because we've got a storm here that's rotating right here. It's not quite enough yet for a tornado warning, but the Weather Service, hello Lisa Lee in Polk County, you're welcome Cindy Wolf, how are you? We've got a little bit of rotation here on the Space Coast. And I want you to put this on velocity data and see. We've got some spin in here, definitely. The brighter green here is wind blowing pretty fast towards Cocoa, and the red is wind blowing away. There's definitely some spin in there right now. Now, it's not perfectly aligned with the The reflectivity, ideally you'd like to see the wind like this here and like that there. We'll put this back on the velocity data. It's not perfectly aligned, but there's definitely some rotation in there from Sharps to City Point, and I'm highlighting this more than I normally would for being this amount of rotation because the atmosphere is primed to get a very brief or weak tornado tonight, like it was, maybe even more so over the weekend, just because we saw what happened in Brevard County over the weekend. So watching this by Audubon, Cocoa, and City Point, there was a little bit of spin right here, and the storm is just going to kind of meander and drift to the southeast. So we're watching that. There's actually been two storms that have been rotating. You kind of see the little hook on both of them. There's a little hook right here over Lake Poinsett, and a little hook right here over Cocoa. So kind of two storms that have a little bit of spinach to them. Keeping an eye on that, you can see that there on the algorithm hinting at those areas of spin there as well. Now there's another storm, bigger storm, down here in Osceola County. Kimberly, I'll hit you up in Edgewater here in a second. Big thunderstorm here with a tremendous amount of lightning over the turnpike in more rural Osceola County. Now this one thankfully doesn't have any spin on this, but if you're anywhere from Cocoa Beach to Melbourne, this will all fill in for you too here over the next little while. All this rain should come into these areas in the next hour or so. My husband's on Ronald Reagan and Lake Mary, and it's a washout. Oh, definitely. It is pouring to beat the bands, and we actually have a new flood advisory that's been issued for, as I was expecting, the Lake Mary, Elder Springs, Wekiva Springs area. So this flood advisory goes till 6:15, meaning that some standing water on roadways, some poor drainage flooding is possible. Not seeing any rotation in there right now, but the rain rates are significant. Right over Fox 35, Lake Mary, Longdale over Winter Springs, it's raining at 7+ inches of rain per hour. Even right over Lake Mary, it's raining at 7.3 inches of rain in an hour. I think this downpour will probably move on before we get to a full hour, but it's not impossible we get 5 inches of rain here within an hour in Lake Mary. And this was my concern last night, putting the rain chances as high as we had them today at 100%, is the atmosphere is just juiced today. Let me show you the rain here. Already, we have this flood advisory. Look right here over Dixon Road, right over I-4, Friar Drive, right over Parsons Road, going off of Markham Woods Road. Here's the range. This is really in the last 30 minutes, not even. I know the graphics is 3 hours. I can't plot it any less than that. So we've essentially got 3 inches of rain in like 15 minutes. That's even for Florida, that's a lot of rain. So we're looking at the potential for some flash flooding here, right on I-4 from Lake Mary towards Altamont, and then right from Wekiva Springs, and over towards Longdale, Winter Springs, and the south end of Sanford. Likely going to see some flooding here in the next hour or two. An aerial flood advisory has been issued for that right now. So we're watching that. A little bit of lightning too, not a ton of lightning, but we're watching that. So a couple of things going on. We're going to have rain, significant rain through about 8-9 o'clock, and this will fade away, but it's the core of the area like this where there'll be just repeat rounds of rain that just kind of meander here. Flash flooding in some spots, and then over here there's a small chance of a tornado through the evening as these storms interact with the sea breeze. The winds are coming in like this off the water, then high aloft they're coming like that, and right where they meet over here, if you're on anywhere in Brevard County, there's a chance of a brief tornado through the evening. How about the Disney era, says Taryn? It's actually not raining that bad near Disney in the theme parks. You can see from Williamsburg to Disney Springs. This is where Walt Disney World is. You can look. It's just some steady light to moderate rain. In fact, the back edge is already over Four Corners, so I don't really think it's going to get that bad near the theme parks for the rest of the evening. But the rain over the last 5 days, we have obviously had the flooding in Volusia County. Here's 5 days. Here's the last 3 days. Just let me turn that off the loop. You see over Ponce Inlet and Port Orange in the past 3 days, we've had now nearly 7 inches of rain. You come down here over Winter Park in Eatonville. This is 3-day rain total, including what's falling right now. We're approaching 8 inches of rain in 3 days. Over here by Curry Ford Road, again, this is a 3-day rain total, including what's falling right now. We're approaching 7 inches of rain. So here it is over the last 3 days. Here it is over the last 6 hours. And we're really starting to stack up a lot of that rain out there for right now. Let me take a quick peek back at the storm that's been rotating over Cocoa. Not seeing anything that's strengthened, but yeah, there's definitely some spin in here. Right over Cocoa, you can see that right there. The wind blowing towards the radar. This is at the airport there, and away right there. Definitely some spin. Not quite enough for a tornado warning, but we're monitoring it just because the atmosphere is similarly set up to how it was over the weekend when we got an EF0 tornado in Brevard County. So if you're anywhere from Cocoa to Cape Canaveral, we'll keep an eye out for the small chance of a brief tornado here in the next, let's say, 90 minutes to 2 hours. And this is the area that's rotating right now. There's actually two. There's one storm here, and another storm right here over Cocoa in City Point. Let me show you some of the cameras out there right now because we've got some torrential rain. In fact, if you look in Lake Mary, you can't even see anything. It's raining so hard. So this is definitely going to impact the evening commute here. I'm going to clip this for my socials. Definitely some tremendous rain out there right now. Let me pull up the 4-panel camera here, show you the panels across Central Florida because this is obviously not an ideal time with the proximity of the evening commute here getting all of this rain. So let me push this up here. Give me one hot second. I hope you had a great Tuesday, by the way. So it's, yeah, this is the peak of the rain this week is tonight. Rain chances were 100% for a reason. This is why. And you can see Daytona, some rain. The bottom right is the Epic Theaters camera, which you can hardly see anything. But again, it's just based on where you are that it's raining right now. But the heaviest rain is definitely in Lake Mary in Seminole County right now, which you can look and see. I mean, you can barely see anything right now. It's raining so hard. But below me is by Lake Eola, and it's not too bad down there right now. I'm in Winter Springs. It's rained hard only for 15 minutes. Lorene D'Amico. Yeah, it'll let up there in a little bit. But we've probably got about 2-3 hours of this to go. So to recap, if you're just joining, it's 4:46. We've got pockets of very heavy rain, some pockets of flash flooding through the evening. This will go through about 8-9 o'clock, then taper off. And the flooding potential is going to be most around Orlando. And then as we get towards the Space Coast over here from Cocoa Beach to Brevard County, we're looking at the potential for a brief tornado as well in the next, let's say, 2 hours. So in here is flash flooding. In this circle here, over here, small chance of a brief spin-up tornado as we head through the evening tonight. Let me take you on a quick peek back over here at these storms because it is interesting. I mean, doesn't look super strong, but there definitely is some spin in there right now over Cocoa, and then back towards Cape Canaveral that we're keeping an eye on. So right over Cocoa, doesn't look super strong, but given the history of the atmosphere over the last few days, we call this a V notch. The wind's blowing in like that, around like that. Anytime you can draw a V like this on the radar, that is where you could have some area of spin right there, and then curving around like that, so we'll keep an eye on that. Cassia, Pine Lakes, Crystal, yeah, you'll get some rain. I don't think you'll get the most of it there, Crystal, but it's definitely Seminole County right now where the core of this rain is, and it's all because we've got low pressure sitting offshore, and you can see it's just hellaciously raining now over Seminole County. But the reason why we've got all this is because there's low pressure sitting out across the Gulf. It's not currently tropical. Here's the low, but it's pushing in a tremendous feed of moisture here, almost reminiscent of a tropical depression or something. We've got all this convergence in the atmosphere over the Orlando area, wind blowing this way over here. So really an interesting setup. Not a tropical low, as it's attached to a front. There's a front like this, a front like that. But we've got wind from south to north here, northeast to southwest here, and you're ramming the air into each other right over the I-4 corridor, and that's why we've got all of this rain through the evening. And there will be, again, some areas of flash flooding. I want to show you real quick the airport delays. Let's take a look at that in case you have a flight or somebody coming in through the evening tonight. We'll track this further for you coming up in the News Edge at 5. Actually, Orlando's at a ground stop right now because of the storm, so definitely some significant impact to flights. If you happen to be watching us at the airport, or you have somebody flying in, or you're flying out tonight, some pretty significant impacts there. Let me see what time that ground stop goes till at MCO, at least till 5 for right now. We'll see if that gets extended here in the next little while. I do want to show you the satellite. I have it in here somewhere real quick before I go. So here's the infrared satellite, which you can see some big thunderstorms off the southwest coast of Florida. It's not a tropical system, but it definitely has at least maybe some resemblance to one. I have the visible satellite in here somewhere. I wanted to show it to you. Just pull this up quick. So here it is. Here's the visible satellite, and if you look over here, you can definitely see there is some spin out here. If you look over here, right there, look at this right here, right there. interesting little feature out over here. You've got the low-level clouds moving this way here. You can see they're moving this way here. We'll see if the Hurricane Center tags this. Probably not, because it's attached to a front. But at least for tonight, tremendous feed of tropical moisture in the Orlando area. And when it rains, it's going to pour here through the evening. So a quick check on the flooding situation in Lake Mary and Winter Springs. You can see, yeah, and it wouldn't shock me if somewhere around Lake Mary to Wekiva Springs gets 4, 5, 6 inches of rain here in the next little while. It's just pouring currently. Pull up the rain over the last 3 hours. You can see right here, I'm going to guess this is over 3 inches of rain now. Yeah, right at 3 inches of rain, Lake Emma Road. This is really in the last, again, 25 minutes. Then you come down over here by Azalea Park. This is the past 3 hours. Right east of the airport, west of the airport, 5 inches of rain. You come here by Azalea Park, 4.2. And again, that's where we find a flash flood warning to 5:45. And a flood advisory over here by the airport. Just watch out for some flooded roads through the evening tonight. So that'll do it for you here on Facebook and YouTube. I got to get ready for the News Edge at 5. And a quick peek over here at Coco, quick with this spinning storm. Thankfully, it's not the strongest rotation in the world, but there's a special weather statement out here indicating for the potential of funnel clouds and maybe a weak, brief tornado that's possible. And this because there's the wind aloft is going this way, and the wind at the ground is going this way, and there's a little bit of favored area of spinach right over here from Cocoa Beach till Cape Canaveral. So the rain will last, Joseph, through about 8 to 9 o'clock tonight, and then it's done. So thank you for watching. I'm going to go get ready for the News Edge at 5. I'll see you coming up at 5 and 6. We'll talk some more weather and the rain, but for right now, stay dry tonight, be safe. There's going to be some areas of flooding, not, everywhere, but there will definitely be some places of flooding. So take it easy tonight. I'll see you on the TV with some more weather coming up in a few minutes. Have a good night, everybody.